All right, so this is part of our recovery plan, doing the whole VIP program model that we may want to tweak based on whatever you have now, how is it working, how many members we have, and so on. So what we want to go through, what I went through this weekend, is really the whole process of creating any project that you want to create. And that's starting out with, what is it that your clients want? What are they looking for right now? So we're going to go through a little exercise. Actually, while I'm doing this, would somebody like to run some reports for me? Actually, Brianna, since we're working with you, might as well take it here. Can you run me some reports by client revenue spent, like how much they've spent? Let's go all of the year last year, and then export it and then sort it by revenue amount to see how much are people spending on annual basis with you. And by the way, all of you should do this exercise because it's going to be part of your setup of the VIP program. So run a report by client spent over 1 year. So you should have this whole list of all your clients and how much each of them spent for the whole year. Can you do that while we're doing this? So then once we find out the ranges of how much money they're spending, we're going to talk about how to divide up our clients based on how they spend by A, B, and C. So we want to look at that amount. So then we can take that into consideration when we're coming up with our pricing for the VIP program. So basically what we're going to do today is go over the foundation. What data do we need to be looking at to make sense of what is it that we want to offer? Now, if you're brand new with us and you don't have a database yet, or you don't have clients that spend money with you, then just stay along with the ride, because you're going to be able to gain knowledge on how to do this based on your pricing, not so much based on how much people are spending with you. So we'll work this out though. All right, so then I started, as I was thinking about this last weekend and working on it, you know, all the people that come to you basically have a personal image fund. They all have that number in mind. We just haven't been calling it that. So today I'm gonna bring this whole new idea for you on how to train our people to think like our clients. Like they need to know that they should have a budget, they should have a fund for just personal image development and how they can maintain their appearance and their professional edge and their competitive edge and all that. So we're gonna talk about what is that fund? How much should it be based on the A, B, and C clients that we have? So I'm gonna take you through this process a little bit more. And then we're going to figure out what is our a la carte pricing and what's the VIP program pricing. We're gonna talk about how much discounts we wanna give based on the A, B, and C levels. But then we wanna make sure that our pricing is accurate before we start giving away discounts. So I want us to look at the pricing structure that you have now. How much can we give off without depleting our profit line? So we're gonna talk about this whole scenario. And then we'll dive into creating the program. So there's some foundational things that we need to do first, and then we'll move on to actually creating the program. And then the next time we get together, I'm gonna spend some time with you on marketing, and then I'm gonna do a team exercise for you on how to actually sell the VIP program. Does that sound good? Yes?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good. Did you notice how no matter, even though these are private webinars, I always have my slide in it? Do you know why? You know why you should always have your branding or your slide inside your webinars?
It will keep you focused. So it
Because
will
you
not.
never know where this information might land. So somebody asked me, do you have your logo on each slide? Yes. And then you should have your author slide of this content in every single presentation, just because it might end up someplace else and people need to know who's putting out this information, right? So it's important to do. Okay. So let's start with the model that I'm trying to get you to implement here. This is just a little recap for you. So we generate a lead. We get them to reserve an in-depth consultation. They're a brand new person. We create the customized program. We fulfill the program, and then we get them to become a member. Everybody knows that's the model I try to teach you, right? That's the model that we need to implement in your business. Now, some of you have already implemented the customized consultations in place and are definitely doing great with them. If you have not, as part of your relaunch, I beg you to follow this model because I know it works. So every brand new person needs to go through the in-depth consultation, customize, and then sell them the membership. That's what we need to try to do. Does everybody get that? You know that that's the model, right? Make sense?
Makes sense.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a day spa, wellness center, medi spa, clinic with a medical spa, it does not matter. It's the model that you need to implement. All right, so today we're gonna talk about this becoming a member part. And that's the important part here of having that reoccurring revenue. So what do you think your clients want? What do you think they really want? Why do they go to a medical spa or a spa? What are they looking for? What do they want fulfilled? What do you think they want? Have you guys sat down and really put yourself in your client's shoes to see exactly what do they want from you?
I definitely think that, for example, for day spa, especially for our massage therapy department, people want for their body to feel good. So it's kind of like, I call it a monthly maintenance. It is either for muscles or for ache pains or relaxation or their head.
Right, okay. What else do they want?
They want to look on the outside how they feel on the inside.
Yeah, so they want to look good. What
I
else?
think for us, they want to go to experts who can really take them through start to finish, use a medical grade product, something that they can't buy or find anywhere else.
Exactly.
And the follow-up is critical with these people.
Mhm. Very good. What else?
They're looking for us to make them feel special.
Very good. So now you're talking. Now you're talking emotions, right? So I looked at it this way. As I started thinking about this weekend, I thought about it in two parts. What do they want from you professionally? And then what do they want from you emotionally? At the end of the day, that's the stick, that's the glue that's going to keep them engaged with you. If you're not engaging with them with added value, the expertise, the nice place, the results, the latest and the best, all these things, they're all fine and dandy. But if you don't connect with them on the emotional side, you're not going to have long-lasting relationships. So what is that? What's that emotional side? It's feeling safe, being happy, feeling important, cared for, being part of a community, right? Those are all things that are just as important as the professional side. Look at that last one, being a community and belonging. So just like we talk about a culture of our team, you guys, and what we want our business to be like, we want to be thinking about the culture of the experience that we're providing for our clients. What are we giving them on the professional level? And then what are we doing with them on an emotional level? Does that make sense to you?
100%.
Do you see why it's important to really, when we're developing a VIP program, we want to keep these things in mind. So when we develop it, we're actually targeting all these important things that are important to them. It's what they want. So that's what I want you to continue on thinking while we're developing this. Are we fulfilling this? Am I missing anything? It's not a trick question.
Can I share a quick example, Dory?
Yes.
So I don't know if anyone's like me, but sometimes I ask myself the question with some of these like hole in the wall restaurants, and you think to yourself, Guy, why are those ones always so busy? Right? And then you've got the 5-star fancy ones where you walk in, it's immaculate. And that's kind of, I feel like, the balance. You have the, you know, the look, but yet some of these places are really nailing the emotional side. Not only do they have great food, they've got really good music, great culture. It's a family mom and pop
It's
shop.
fun. It's fun, right?
You
It's
see it in
fun
lots of different
and good.
businesses.
Yeah, I think fun sometimes we we forget about being in the med spa industry and spa industry. We think that we have to be like just super, you know, stiff and straight and all that. And I understand there's a difference between being too casual and being professional. And we really need to have that nice balance between the two, right? So I want you to come up with a list for yourself on what are some of the professional things that they're looking for from you, if you want to add to my list that I started for you. And then what are those emotional connections that you have to help strengthen the relationship? Okay, so that's your first homework to do. So please make sure you take the time to do that so you can come up with a great program for them. Excuse me. Okay, so next what we want to do is come up with an avatar, right? So who are they? Once we run that report, excuse me, my voice is going. Once you run that report, you're going to be able to identify who these big spenders are and create an avatar for them. So Brianna, has that report run yet?
Which report?
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear me asking for it. Can you run, or somebody, can anybody run a client spend report for all of last year? So just the year to date, let's go from 2019, January 2019 till, let's say, December 2019, of how much did the client spend with you? Just everybody's name and the amounts. Can anybody run that report for me?
I have it, Dory.
Okay. Can you tell me what is your, who are the top, let's say, 5 people that you have on your list?
You want to know their names?
Yeah, their name and how much did they spend? Just first name.
But I think I ran the wrong report. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No worries, take your time, I'm gonna move on. So the whole idea of this exercise, you guys, is once you identify who are these top spenders, we wanna see who they really are. We wanna come up with that avatar to be able to target to those type of people, the highest spenders. Then we need to create another avatar for the B spenders, and then to the C spenders. So let me show you how this is gonna work while she's doing that. So the first thing I wanna introduce to you though is that personal image fund. How do you like that, by the way? The personal image fund. Do you like it?
Yeah, that's great.
So we need to start using that verbiage. What we do here is we manage your personal image fund. We take what is it that you're committed to actually investing in your fund, and then we make your dollars stretch as much as possible and get the results that you want. That's basically what the image fund is all about. We want to make sure that they understand that they're going to spend X amount of money with you. Just like, that's why I'm having you guys run the report, because you're going to notice who are the biggest spenders and how much is that personal fund. You're going to get to see what their annual funds are, right? When you run that report. So then what we want to do is break it down into the A, B, or C. So we want to see who are these big spenders and what is that range. And we're going to put them in the A slot. And then who are the Bs, and then who are the Cs. And we're going to create 3 different avatars to help us with that. So here's what I want us to do. So we have revenue amount, which are the A spenders. So once she finishes her list, we're gonna be able to break it up into these 3 groups, right? So we can have 3 different avatars for our membership, because we wanna keep in mind all the people that spend different amount of money. We don't wanna eliminate anybody. So we want the C's to be members, we want the B's to be members, and we want the A's to be members. They're just gonna be at different levels, right? So this is our first step, is running the reports and then coming up with the avatars. So then what I want you to do is actually fill in these charts here. So what, like who's spending 4 figures, who's spending 5 figures with you? And then you write the amount down for how much each of them are spending. Now, do you see why this exercise is important?
Mhm.
Why is it important?
It helps you with target marketing regarding memberships, of course.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's gonna help us come up with proper pricing to be within their parameters, but within their own personal image fund. And then we can create that program around it. Doesn't that make sense? Right? So once you do that, then you go to the next step. Not only do we want to know how much they're spending per year, then what we want to do is take that annual amount and divide it by monthly to see what are those ranges that we can be within to offer our membership program. Right? So we want to get an annual average for all the A's and then a monthly average. We want to get an annual average for all the B's and then the C's. So now we have really 3 defined price points that we can then create our program around the points, around this amount, rather than coming up with the program and then try to fit it into the setup that you have. It's a little reverse engineering, right? You guys are with me?
It's
I
brilliant.
like it.
Good. All right. So here's our to-do list. Do they have this presentation, by the way?
Not yet.
Okay. Who on my team? Who on my team?
Upload it in the chat right now.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Yep. My pleasure.
So you need to circle this slide once you get it, because these are the things that you really definitely need to do before we can set up something that makes sense for you. So I'm just sharing with you here the foundation first. So this is part of you coming up with your guidelines. And once you come up with it, then I'm going to continue on here and show you what you need to do next. But this is definitely something you need to do. So find out, do the exercise on what your clients want professionally and emotionally. Run your reports to identify your A, B, and C's. Create your avatar by A, B, and C. Who are these people? I'm going to help you with that actually here in just a second. And then implement the whole philosophy about the personal image fund. You need to get that language in your vocabulary, in your doing consultations, in you speaking to your clients. So personal image fund, we need to talk about the philosophy, and then we're gonna come up with the VIP program pricing. So those are the things that you need to do. So when do you think you can have all these done by?
Afternoon. Today.
It really should not take you very long. I'm not giving you overwhelming amount of work here. It's just running some reports, sitting down and have some clear thoughts of really who your clients are, and then come up with those avatars for them. So it'd be a very important thing to do. All right, so let's talk about the actual program itself. So I want you to come up with a name for these avatars. I came up with some that mean something with beauty and wellness. So Amara, for example, means attractive. Aurora is the dawn. Arabella is beautiful. And then I decided, as I was thinking through this, is if we're thinking about A, B, and C's, would also A, B, and C fit into the age brackets? Because the older people are, the more money they have to spend on things like this, the more disposable income they have to spend. So if we think of our A, B, and C's as age brackets, so people who are in their 30s, people who are in their 40s, people who are in their 50s, and then come up with our pricing based.
Hold on.
You guys want to pick up phones? Thank you.
There's no what?
Excuse me, I still hear you. So the 30s, 40s, and 50s are going to blend in with the A, B, and C's. Because let's face it, if somebody is in their 30s, how much stuff do they really need? Are they going to need the same amount of work that somebody needs in their 50s? What do you think?
No.
No. So wouldn't it make sense to have our 30s be our C membership? Wouldn't it make sense to have our 40s be our B membership, and then our 50s be our A membership based on pricing? So the A being the highest level of membership, B being the middle, and then the C being the 30s. Do you see where I'm taking you? Right?
This
No.
particular graph, Dory, I think is a little off, your A's and your C's, but yes, I follow.
I'm starting with the C, which is the 30s. Right?
Was it the
So-
C in yellow or was it red?
Oops. I don't know where it went. No, it doesn't matter. Forget the colors, just go by the age and the group. I don't know where the other, I thought they were all like this. So, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you think of your clients as in 3 different buckets, 3 different groups, and then we can create the membership amount based on what each group wants. So then you decide on the amount you want to give them off. So now if you are going to give people 20% off, you want to make sure, like I mentioned earlier, that your pricing is accurate and that you have enough buffer to be able to give, excuse me, 20% off without depleting your profits. So we decide on how much percentages off we're going to give as part of the VIP savings program by level. So the more they spend with you, so these would be all the 50s people, because we know they're going to spend a lot more money with us. And then we have the Bs, which are going to be the medium spenders, and then the Cs, which are the lowest amount of spenders. So that's how we're going to base our discounts on those. Excuse me. And this is the next exercise that we need to do, is figuring out the a la carte and then the VIP pricing. Hey, Charlie, can you get some water, please? Excuse me. All right, so if you can do, before we actually launch the program, we need to find out exactly what is the difference between a la carte pricing and then what the VIP member actually would pay. Excuse me, thank you. Share. I guess I have to stop singing at night. I can't be going out to bars and singing all night and then try to come in the morning and do this. Okay. What I would recommend, what I would recommend you do with this Excel spreadsheet, pull out of your software all the treatments, pull the pricing that you have. This way you don't have to sit and start from scratch and type them all up. I'm sure you can export all this information. And then we want to apply 20% off. Excuse me. Or in some cases, we want to add the 20% and then give the 20% away. So those are things that you have to really look at and see how you can make it happen. How we can give the discounts by you still being profitable. So this would be an important thing to do, and see how much they would save and how much of a discount we can give them. Do you guys know what I mean with this? And the reason we want to apply the 20% and not the 10 and 15 to your rack cards, because we want to go by the highest amount that we're going to give away and still be profitable, right? So if we use 10 and then you give away 20, then you're not going to be profitable. So that's why I'm saying use the highest discount amount you're going to give. Does that make sense? You have questions?
I was going to ask you, Dory, could you please, I'm a little lost, to be honest with you, in this part. Could you give me an example of what is a la carte price for you?
Well, a la carte price is what your rack rate price is. So if you look at your menu and I look to see how much is your HydraFacial, how much is the regular price, the a la carte price for HydraFacial?
$185.
Okay, so then you would put 185 right here. And then you apply 20% off to it. So the VIP price would be 185 minus 20%. So that's $37. No, is that right? 185 times 0.20. Yeah, it's $37 less. So 185 minus 37. So they'll be paying 148. So now you need to ask yourself, if I sell a HydraFacial for 148, what is my product cost? How much is my compensation, and how much am I going to pay for expenses, operating expenses, and then how much is my profit? And if your profit is 20%, then you know you can sell it for that price. If you see that you're not gonna make any money, then you need to go to your a la carte price. You need to increase the price to be able to give the 20% and still make money.
Okay, got it.
So you know what, Megan, let's have, we can have Martina do an Excel spreadsheet with all the formulas in it, and we can send it to everybody, and they can just put their names, what the a la carte price is now, the regular price is now, and then if they apply 20%, how much would that price be? And that way they can see
The difference.
the difference between the two.
Okay. Martina's on here too, so I think she probably heard that as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I can't see everybody. They still haven't solved that where I can see everybody. How come I still can't see everybody?
Maybe because there's so many people on, I don't know.
Yeah, but I should be able to scroll and I can't. I don't like it.
If you click on participants at the bottom, you should be able to get a little pop-up to the right that'll list everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Then you can have a listing of them at least.
So let me, let's use this example here. Brianna, how did we do on our list?
Good. I just sent it to you in the chat, but I can read it to you as well.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Do you mind if I share it?
No, that's okay. You want a top 5, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. All right. So we have Kathy, who spent $9,000. Dina, who spent $8,000. Lisa, $7,200. And Judy, $6,000. So what does that tell us? So she has people in the top 5 that are spending between $6,500 and $9,000. $6,500 and $9,000 a year. What does that tell us?
Well,
So
it
they
helps us
spend about-
create the group for A.
Exactly. So here's what I came up with, because I didn't have anybody's numbers. So I was kind of guesstimating to see how much an average A person spends as far as their personal image fund. So what we found out from Brianna's example is they're spending, their image fund is between $6,500 and $9,000, right? So if I set something up for $6,900 for the people, let's say that are late 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, using her example, if I set up something for 6,900 on annual basis, that would be a very good amount, and it's doable for, like, let's say the people in their 50s, which is your A-class people. So then if you take the 6,960 that I have here and you divide it by 12, that means these people can be actually buying from you a membership for $580 a month, right? So I have a question here for you guys. Who has the highest amount of membership right now? What is the highest amount you're selling people a month right now? Can somebody share what is their highest level? Actually, let's just use Brianna as an example. What's your highest level of membership now?
$299 a month.
Okay, $299 a month. So do you think Brianna and Linda are leaving some money on the table for the Class A members?
Yes, it's way too low.
Okay, well, that's why I took you through this whole exercise, to show you and to get you to be thinking that you could actually be charging more because they're already spending that money with you anyway, right? Because they have that fund. They decided as a consumer that I'm gonna spend about $6,900 on me to look my very best. That's my fund. That's
So
your A players.
So Dory,
Yeah.
so typically for our patients who are spending that kind of money, they'll come in probably several times a year to spend larger chunks at a time. So when you're doing this type of membership, you know, I know in the past you've said you want them coming in, you know, monthly, doing something so you keep in touch with them. But with this type of patient, if they're coming in 1 month, they get their Botox and it's $500, and the next, like several months later, they come in and they do a filler session and it might be $1,200. Is it the
Let me show you. Let me show you how this is gonna work. I already worked it all out for you. So, but I like the way you're thinking. You're getting to my way of thinking. So once they commit to this amount, let's stay with the different amounts first. So Brianna, if you go to your middle, to the people that are Bs, what would you say they're spending on average? Just give me a little range.
Okay.
Or let me just ask you to make it easier and the process faster here. So would you say $4,700, $399 a month is a good amount for your B people, or is that too high for your Bs?
No, that's probably right on.
Okay. And then how about your low end, your Cs? Where are they?
They are.
Did you say the $3,250 a month is a good amount for your Cs?
Yeah, it might be a little bit high, but I think that's good.
I think that's probably high for that group.
Okay, so what would you say is your number here for the Cs?
Just averaging them, they really range between like 1,800 and 2,500.
Okay, so if we take, let's say 2,000, so then we're looking at 166 a month. And what's your most popular one now, Brianna?
The most popular membership?
Yeah, what's the one you sell most of right now?
It's $150 a month.
150. Okay, so we can increase it by $16. So, all right. So we would take then, again, I'm just showing you the model. These numbers have to make sense to your place, right? So that's how you're going to set up your parameters for Cs, Bs, and As, right? And I'm not saying you have to use the exact like amount. You can guesstimate based on what they're spending with you now and try to come up with numbers that will make sense. But truly, what I want you to do is definitely to increase your revenue for your memberships. I think you have opportunities to really charge more. And right now, you really are not. So what's your highest right now, Linda and Brianna?
Our highest what?
Your highest membership right now is how much?
Right around, it's $299. It's the
Okay. So,
Premier.
yeah. So definitely we can, I just want to share with you how I started doing memberships just real quick. You know, years and years and years ago, I started my very first membership, and it was Coach Me Silver, and it was $9.99 a member. And back then I was doing teleseminars, right? So I get on the phone. That was the in thing back then, before even webinars. It was a teleseminar. And I just started building it from $9.99. Then I went to the Coach Me Gold when we first started it. It was like a monthly audio that I did, and that was $149. Then I launched the mastermind group. Then I went to $8.99. Then I went to $18.95. And now we have a brand new one called the High Achiever. So we're at $3,000 a month to help you with the implementation. So I went through that process. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because now it's your time to go through the process and start changing and start elevating and start asking for more, but still give. Of course, you have to still give value and give something in return. But I think we've been cutting ourselves short because we're not asking as much as we should be asking for, right? So that's the first point we need to make. If you have something high, somebody will buy it. So here's how you would position this. So let's say the membership is $3,300. We're giving them 10% off, so they're saving $300. So basically, they're gonna pay the $3,000 and the $250 a month. So let's say if Linda and Brianna want to change this to $166, then just change those. And then whatever you decide on the middle, the price is $5,500. They get 15% off, so that's a $780 savings. So they're gonna make they're gonna pay you $4,700, and that's the $399 a month. And then same for the big one. They're saving $1,392, and they're paying you $580 a month. So that's the structure, that's the savings that they would get, and that's what they're basically committing to you. So now let me ask, I'm gonna answer Dr. Kuntz's question here in just a second. So if we're thinking about it back into the C people, there are the younger generation, the middle, the 4,700, and then this one, the 50s. So if we're thinking about this number right here, what type of treatments would be ideal for these people to have based on this amount of money? And this is where your differentiation is gonna come in, and how we should really present this to people and the way we position it. So we want them to commit to the annual amount and the monthly payment. So they can either pay you cash for the whole amount, or they can pay monthly, whichever way they want to do it. So then what we want to do is, once they commit to that annual personal image fund and they commit to making those payments to you, then what we want to do is customize that program for them. So to answer her question, let me first tell you why you want to do this, and then I'm going to answer your question in the next slide. So why do you want to do this? Why do you want to have a VIP program like this that's focusing on that personal image? Well, first of all, we want to be able, I don't know what your retention rate is with your membership. It should be something that you're looking at. Brianna, you might want to look at that and see where you are, and everybody else. So what are we retaining? Are we engaging them with a plan? So right now, when we sell a membership, most of you are selling them on like one thing to come in and do. Well, I want us to differentiate a little bit and think differently. I want you to be thinking, they made a commitment to this amount. Now, how can I customize that membership to give them the best results? Because that's what's gonna retain them if they're gonna get results. And then by doing this, I'm gonna automatically increase my team capacity, and I'm gonna guarantee myself certain amount of annual revenue for my business. And that's why I really want you to go through the steps of this and implement in it, because once you implement it, you are gonna have this. So how we present it, and I need to work on this so I can teach your team how to present it. If you agree you wanna do this program, it's up to you. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just giving you what I think would be a very nice from a consumer standpoint. So for committing, so I tell you, okay, Linda and Brianna, I'm committing for my personal fund $6,900, the $580 a month or whatever that amount was. Then once I sign up for the membership, I get to come in and you take now what I'm going to pay you and you schedule it for the whole year of what I'm going to get out of that out of this financial commitment. You see? So now you've just customized my own membership program based on the treatments that I really need. So what we did is basically just got them committed to amount of money they're gonna give you. And now it's up to you to plan it out for the whole year for them and show them how you're gonna give them the results that they're looking for. So they don't have to come in every single month. It depends on the plan that you actually create for them. Does that make sense? Questions? Does that answer your question, Dr. Kuntz?
Yeah, I think I understand. So, but could I just to make sure I really understand. So you're saying with the 10, 15, 20%, and that the chart that you'd shown before, basically you have a monthly amount that you're, that they could either pay monthly or they could pay the whole amount once, and they get some kind of do they get some kind of discount if they pay it all at once?
If you want to give them a cash discount to pay it all at once, I mean, you can. Again, it has to be within your pricing to make sure that you're still, you know, making the money that you need to do. And the other part of your question was, what happens if I want to do a filler and they just started paying me? Well, of course, I'm not going to schedule the filler first. And that's why mapping it out on a calendar and based on what I can have. Like, let's say I'm a client here, 6,900. So then Brianna is going to sit down with me and say, okay, Dory, you committed to this kind of personal image fund. We have $6,900 to basically reach the results that you're looking for. Now, let's discuss your concerns. What do you like to improve? Let's prioritize it. And let's plan it out on what we're going to do the first month, maybe what we're going to do 2 months later, maybe what we're going to do 3 months or 4 months later, until we basically used up the $6,900 that you have. So what's beautiful about this program, you guys, is that though I committed to that $6,900, I come in, you still have opportunities to maybe convince me to do other things that might be beneficial for me. And that's what's nice about this. But as long as you're not giving before your payment is done, that's what's so nice about scheduling what they need, because you're going to stay ahead of what you're giving them. So in case they tell you, I want to stop, then you're not out some money.
But then, and then also say someone says, that sounds great because I'm going to save 20% and I know I'm going to spend this kind of money over the year, but I've got this event and I want all my filler now. So one way to get about it would be to say, well, as a member, even if we use the fillers now, you've got this first month and then you get 20% off of whatever the rest of the.
Exactly. And that's the upgrade opportunities that you have throughout this program, that you can fill in some things that they really need right away. So you just were able to elevate the amount of fun that they have because you were able to squeeze in some other things that they need right away. So I would sell you the filler, but give you the 20% off, but it's not part of your membership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does that make sense to you guys? Questions, feedback, what do you think?
Dory, this is Maciek here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I have a question, and then please apologize if I, there was something said, but my internet goes off and off, on and off. And then so what I'm hearing here is that this is like a membership based on the money that you kind of saving at the spa, right? So it's based on dollars. It's not based on the services.
Well, you're going to fit in the services inside those dollars.
Right, because for example, like for the day spa, like we do, we pretty much basing our membership not the amount of money they spend, but how many services they're getting. For instance, for massage, it's like some people get one massage a month, some people do two, and then some people three, and then we can mix it with the facial, body treatment, and massage. But it's based on, let's say, massage is $100, so it's a 100, 200, and 300.
It's the
And
same
then
concept. It's the same concept. Let's say they do $99, right? I'm committing to $99, so that's $1,200 a year. So I will sit down with them, and this is really an opportunity to bring it up further, because $99, frankly, is not enough. So you sit down with them and you say, you know, you're committing to the $99. Let me show you your options, and let's plan out our entire calendar for the year. So this month you want a massage, this month you want a facial, this month you want this month, and you have it already all planned out. But this is going to give you the opportunity to be able to increase that amount and introduce other things to them instead of just coming in and getting just a massage and leaving.
I understand.
So you could apply the same model to day spas. Your amounts might be a little bit different, but it's just the same concept, same idea. But even people at day spas, I mean, if you look at your client spent again and see where you are, you're gonna find out that these people that want 3 massages are the people that are gonna end up paying $400 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
because let me ask you, because Spa Mariana right now, what we're doing, we are raising our prices. And we wanted to, I would love to apply this concept where it's $1 a month. So would you say it would be good for us to say, let's say somebody spends $300 a month, and then you get added value of, let's say $50 extra. So 300 buys you 350, or would you discount?
Well, that's what this amount is. So they're paying $4,700, but really the price is $5,506. So they're getting $718 off.
Okay.
Right? So that's what that is. But you're not going to give them each time they come. It's part of the model. Once they commit to this monthly amount, your numbers of discounts are already in place. So they're just going to be spending this amount on different treatments that they can have from the member price.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You know what we do is we try to use our members whenever we have new services coming in, and we need, like if we want them to try a BBL and they need 3 treatments, we try to choose our members, and that's a great benefit for them because they're saving thousands of dollars. Or if you bring in the hydrofacial, if you have a new treatment and you want to train your staff as well as give a benefit to a member, and they really like that as major added value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that could be all part of also your definition for added value that you can have. I didn't bring that into the picture here except for the discounts. So we can make that as part of the loyalty program that they can sign up for automatically once they become a member. And then you can give them perks like what you're talking about for different things. Yeah, that's good.
Dory, another question here. How do you deal with a person? I'm trying to understand about the membership. We used to have something, but not even close to this, something totally different. How you will deal with a person who says, okay, I will pay the $250 a month. But it happens that they couldn't come in May, April, and March, 3 months or just 1 month. They couldn't go and do anything, but they continue paying every month. Mm-hmm. Imagine it's a contract or anything that will say in this type of contract that we will not refund that money, or how you work with that in that situation?
You're not going to refund it. You're going to give them credit towards more treatments. Mm-hmm. You're going to accrue it.
Okay. So if they are paying $250, they can spend that amount of money in the next month. It's accumulated pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, because in the membership I used to have, we do not accumulate it. You don't come from this month to this day, this day they use.
That's not nice.
I know, but we couldn't know how to do it.
We want to be nice.
we didn't know how to deal with that. And
Yeah.
that was,
No, you just accrue it. But the whole idea though here is to get them to come at least every other month. So if I'm paying the $3.99 and I don't come 1 month, now I have basically $800 to spend with you. So I can do a lot with $800. So you should give them the flexibility to accrue it. But if they've unless I know they're accumulating it to have something else, we want them to come in or they're gonna cancel.
okay.
Sorry, baby.
All right. Thank you.
Lori, I just want to say something that might make it easier to understand is what we tell patients is like having your own piggy bank. You put your money in every month, it stays there and you use it towards your goals. I think that's easier to understand.
It's your personal image fund.
That's right.
That's exactly what it is. And you can use it however you want to, but instead of telling them to use it however they want to, we want to tell them how to use it because we're the experts and I'm going to customize it for you for the year to make sure that you're going to get the results that you want.
That's correct, yes.
Isn't it beautiful? No?
I have a question for you, Tori.
Oh my God. Okay, I think I need to explain it again.
I have a question for you from a checkout standpoint. I understand where you're going with this, but when Maciek had asked you a question and you said you're not discounting it 15% every single month, or like the services, because we have a membership that's for a specific treatment. So if they get $399, it's on their account. Are you bringing us all the way back to
It's already discounted. So
right? But how do you check that out if the price of the original comes up? Is what I'm saying.
Well, you have to work it out in your software system. I don't know. All I care about is that you're charging me automatically every month for $3.99, and you told me what kind of treatment I'm getting for that $3.99. So if I come in and get a facial and get a massage, you're just gonna check me out with a facial and a massage at whatever the VIP member price is.
Now, am I correct when you were presenting this, you said that it's not for only certain treatments, it's essentially the whole menu, but you're getting 15% off the whole menu.
Yeah, so that's what's nice about customizing it, because then you can say, all right, your personal image fund, Jennifer, is $250 a month. Let me tell you, based on the intake form you filled out and based on all the concerns and things you want to improve, let me show you the best way you can achieve these results with this amount of personal fund amount per month.
I see.
And then you're planning out the whole year, because now they're more engaged. The whole idea of doing this, you guys, is that they know what the plan is. It's not based on them to just pick something from your menu and come in. You're guiding them. You're giving them your professional recommendations throughout the process. Now, we might change it here and there, and that's fine. But as long as they know, like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Here's my personal fund, image fund, and here's how much I committed to. And now show me what I can have the whole year. What can I look forward to?
That makes sense.
Jennifer, how we do it, we add the membership as a credit to the account. And when we check them out, we do the, say for instance, it is hydrofacial, we will just give the discount on it.
Yeah.
So depending on if they're an A, B, or C, you would do the 10, 15, or 20% discount.
That's correct, yes.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you. I was about to ask if anyone's using this method and how they check out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we actually open one invoice that all the membership actually accumulate against it. That's kind of like a prepaid invoice, and then we just add the procedures to it. And patients love it because they feel they're not getting cheated. It's their money. You're going to use it towards their procedures.
Right.
I think personally, you know, all the membership business thing is like everything is the same. It's just done different angle. Because think about it, if you add somebody 20%, then you don't discount at the checkout. It's just another way of It's just whatever appeals to you, I think, because
Yeah.
all the same, just different way.
And well, but that's the whole point is when I was sitting here thinking about this whole model is I wanted you to have a differentiation than your competition. And not many people are doing it with this type of thought process behind. It's just, everybody does the same thing. You know, give me $99 and get a massage. Give me $200 and get some Botox, whatever. So this is gonna be different. It's gonna show that you really care. It's going to engage your clients. It's gonna increase retention for you because now they're gonna stick with it for a year. You're gonna be a lot better off. They're going to be a lot better off, and your team is as well. So everybody wins.
Oh,
I have a question for you. As far as, you know, having multiple memberships, how do you convert the people on the, let's just say $99 a month to this?
Then you need to do an event and explain this new program and why they want to be part of it. We're going to talk about that next time, how to market it.
Okay.
How to market it and then how to sell it. Today, I'm just giving you the model.
So Dory,
Mm-hmm.
so as far as your 10, 15, 20%, are those percentages something that you would recommend, or is it something for us to figure out as far as the different levels?
I would recommend them if the pricing is proper. So be careful. Don't give those away unless you assess your pricing. That's why I wanted you to do that. So,
So if the pricing doesn't work out, then that means we really need to actually raise our prices.
yes. As a matter of fact, that's a good time to raise it when you're introducing something like this. You want your a la carte to be high because you want to encourage people to become a member. If your a la cartes are too cheap, then people are not going to want to be a member. So this is the guest price. So if you're not a member, this is your guest price, which is your a la carte price. And then this is the member price. So if somebody really wants to take advantage of what you can do for them, then we definitely want them to become a member. So
And
how
right-
many members do you think you should have? What do you think is a good amount for you? Or who has how many members now? Who wants to share?
We've got about 70 members. We lost some, about 10 members in the past month. That's on hold, but we've got 70.
70, 70?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. And how much are they paying?
The lowest level is 129, so that's usually just our Botox patients, and then we have a 239 level at 399, and then we've got a start of patients that start up 599.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So that's gonna help you make more. So if she, let's say she's averaging, let's say 300. So she's making $20,000, $21,000, $22,000 a month just from her reoccurring revenue.
Yeah, it's about 18,000, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys need to decide what is that number for you. And you know, I'm always teaching you, your membership should at least take you to your break-even point. So what are your responsibilities a month? How much do you pay for all your operating expenses? How much do you pay for your team? How much do you pay for your product costs? And all these things need to be in account. So come up with that number and then decide what is the average membership price you're gonna sell. So let's say 399 is gonna be the most popular one you sell. So how many of those do you need to have coming in every single month to pay all your bills? What is that number? And that's what I want you to work towards. So God forbid, if something happens like this again, you have money coming in, even though you might have some people that might tell you to freeze it or drop off, but at least you're in survival mode. That's what I've been trying to, really help you implement for a long time. So what is that number? Do you want to do 50,000 a month? Do you need to do 60,000? Do you need to do 100,000 a month? What is that number? And then let's set a goal for our team that once we relaunch, How many members do we really need to have? Two things are driving your business: brand new clients and repeat clients. If we do, remember the business model I shared with you earlier? So if we take the brand new client and put them through the whole sacred system with the customized consultation that would lead to thousands and thousands of dollars, right? And then that's money coming in every month. I want you to be looking at your business as, I have recurring revenue and I have brand new revenue. What are the percentages? So let's say 50% of my business is brand new and 50% of my business is reoccurring revenue. The 50% of reoccurring is gonna pay all my bills, and the 50% of brand new is gonna be money I can reinvest in my team, in growth, in scaling, all these other wonderful things, and get to keep some, right? So you have two things going into your business. And we wanna make sure that we structure that properly. So when we come out of this, you guys are going to be setting great foundation to bring that recurring revenue immediately to your funnel. Right? See?
Yes, we see.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, questions? Let's see, what else I have. Do you guys like it?
Yes, Dory, this is so helpful because this was certainly just on our to-do list, and it makes so much sense to come at it objectively rather than just picking numbers out of the air.
Right. So if you guys do a couple of examples, like I would take a couple of your members right now, whoever, like let's say you have the $3.99 one, right? So I would take the $3.99 and try to map out an example of what that 1 year program can be. So considering I'm gonna do my Botox, maybe fillers, maybe laser, maybe body weight management, maybe bioidentical hormones, how do they fit in this? And then at the end, it adds up to $6,900 right here, right? So I think if you work it out, you're gonna have much clearer understanding of what this program is all about. So a couple of things that definitely need to do.
And Dory, we're talking about the percentage off like products as well, like skincare products type of thing.
Actually, yes, I had, excuse me, I had a note on that. So if you wanna also do, like, I don't know if the numbers Brianna ran were just treatments or treatment and retail. So you can have a personal image fund for treatments and then a personal image fund for your retail, but you can combine them. So you make the retail as part of your whole program. It should really be part of it. Like, give them the minimal, at least, amount of products that they need to complement what you're gonna do for them in the actual facility. Right? So then here's the slide for your break-even point. So I would like you to tell me, how many members do you need to have? So let's say you have, you know, so many here, so many here, and so many here. How much am I going to make in annual revenue? So I want us to be clear about our goals and how many memberships we really need to have. How many VIP programs we need to promote.